Good day to everyone. Our focus today is how to create table using the Microsoft Excel. So the first thing that we are going to consider in creating table in the Microsoft Excel is, of course, the number of elements that you are going to uh, consider. Let's say, for example, if we are going to compute for the amortization or schedule of payments of any loan or investment, we consider in there, in the computation, the principal, the rate of interest, the time, the mode of interest. So, meaning, when we are going to create table for the schedule of payment, we consider the element as a basis of the number of columns. So, shall we say, we compute for the PRT or the interest. Now you will notice in the computation of the interest, there are four elements. Okay, the interest itself, the principal, the rate of interest, and the time. So what if that would be our basis in the creation of the table? So what will I do is open the Excel file. So I have here the Excel file. It was already open. And so you will notice this is the worksheet that we are saying. In the worksheet or work pane, the worksheet is composed of a lot of cells, a lot of boxes. So in here, so you will notice the boxes are in column using alphabets, columns, column E, column F, column G. Okay, and then of course the horizontal one is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6. And so uh, those are the columns and rows under the Excel. Okay. Now, considering that we are talking of the interest, how many elements that we have? Of course, that would be our basis in the number of columns. So there are four elements: the interest itself, the principal, the rate of interest, and then the time. So I might consider four columns. So here, so meaning to say I will highlight column A, column A, column B, column C, column D. Or I will say, I will put my cursor in A1. Okay, so this is cell A1. And of course, I will highlight until column D and the desired number of rows. So shall I say the desired number of rows is until row 15. Okay, so my last cell would be D15. Okay, D15. Now, after having this one, after highlighting it, now I might create a borders for my table. So I will put my cursor in here, bottom borders. So I will click, and after clicking, uh, I will be choosing what borders I would like to use. So I will use all borders. I will click this one. And so as you can see, there is already the border of the tables that I'm doing. Now, you will notice that the columns in here has equal sizes, equal size in column, equal size in row. So what will I do? If I would like to widen it, I will place my cursor between A and B, between B and C, or between C and D. So having said that one, so I will put between A and B, and after that one, hold and drag. Okay, hold and drag. In here, hold and drag. So here is my cursor. I will be placing it here, hold and drag, and the same true in this one. Okay. But if I would like that the columns has the same sign, the rows and columns has the same size, I will be clicking my cursor in here in this corner. So again, I will be clicking my cursor in here, and after that one, I will uh, put my cursor between A and B and drag it to the desired length or width of the cell. You will notice the columns has the same sizes. And if I would like to widen the height, of the rows, I will put the cursor between number or row 1 and row 2. So and then after that one, I will drag it down. So as you can see, I have equal sizes. Okay, I have equal sizes in here. Okay, so that is how to create the table. After that one, I will consider the first row to be the first row, which is cell A1, cell B1, cell C1, and D1 to be my header. So if that would be my header, meaning I will put a title for it. So the first column would be entitled interest. Interest. Okay. Interest. Okay. Then next column would be my principal. Principal. Then next column would be rate of interest. Then the next column would be time. Okay. Okay. So principal amount. This is principal amount. And then interest amount. And so after this one, I would like to design, or I would like to format my header. So how will I format? I will look at its alignment. I may put them at the center side by side, or center up and down. So yeah. After that one, I might be filling in with. So how would I fill the color? So of course I would put a fill in color that is contradicting to the text, color of the text, so that the text can be read. Yeah. So after that one, uh, I am now ready to enter the data needed in the table. Okay. So definitely, uh, if we are talking of the interest, now we might be considering a problem. Okay. So if we consider a problem, let's say for example, what is the interest of 50,000 pesos with a rate of interest of 5% and to be paid in 90 days. Okay, so how is that? So as what we have said, the interest has a formula of I is equal to PRT, which is your P is the principal. Okay, then R is rate, then T is time. Okay, and of course the I is the interest in the interest. Okay, so in the rest. Yeah. Now after that one, when we are going to compute, shall we say what would be the interest? Okay, our principal is 50,000. Okay, 50,000 pesos. Then rate of interest is 5%. Then our time is uh, 90 days, meaning these are the given. So how will I use this one? Okay, so it's not only designing a table, but how do we create a simple formula for the interest. So shall we say I have in here. So I have in here, I will place 50,000, and rate of interest is 5%. And after that one, 90 days. Now the question is, what would be the interest of the 50,000 within 90 days? Now remember in here, when we are going to compute for the interest, we consider it to be exact or ordinary. Now in our computation, we will consider it to be exact, so the number of days in 1 year is 365 days. Now, how to create our formula? So when we create the formula for interest, we always consider the element of equal sign. So it is the first symbol that we are going to type. Then after that one, we will type the location of the principal, because we are using the PRT. So the principal is located at B2, cell B2. Yeah, cell B2. So you will notice the P is replaced by the cell address of the principal, which is B2. After that one, type asterisk. Now another type cell C2, which is the location of the interest rate. Okay, location of the interest rate, and of course multiplied by the quantity. Of course, our time is located 90 days, which is located at D2. Okay, now D2 now is to be divided by, so that must be slash divided by 365 days. So why 365 days? Because we are considering exact interest. Then after typing the equation, you press now the enter. And so you will notice the interest would be 616 pesos and 43 cents. Okay. Now you will notice in here, whatever elements or numbers in here in the cell, it will always appear in the formula bar. So this is the formula bar. Okay. So in our formula bar, what is the use of the formula bar? It is used to edit the formula that you enter. Okay. So ayan. So after having this one, if you're computing for what the problem is interest, all the problem is interest, you just drag this one. Okay. You just drag this one. Okay. Now, of course, the interest will automatically compute if you fill in the data of principal amount, interest rate, and the time uh, that is used to compute the interest. Okay, so if ever the next number is, we have 25,000 pesos. What would be the interest if the interest is at 6%? Okay, at 6%, and that problem is to be returned in 120 days. Okay, meaning I have an interest of 493.15. Okay, of course, if we fill in this one, say 10,000, then to be paid with an interest of 8%, and of course that is 150 days. Now what would be the interest? And 328.767. This is now the work of the Excel. It automatically compute whatever things that you would like to compute. Okay, if you would like to make a formula for principal amount, you can also do that one. If you're going to create formula for rate of interest, you can also do that one by deriving the formula of those element that you need to compute, and then after that one, the factors that are to be multiplied will be replaced with the cell address. Okay, so cell address is always written in the name box in here, or the naming of the cell address is using column and using rows. So let's say, for example, what is the cell address of cell address of 50 days. 50 days in here. Now you will notice the the name is D4. So column and then row. So what is the column? D. And then what is the row? 4. Whatever intersection, that is the location of the one that you are talking. Okay. So that is how to create tables and at least make simple formulas. Okay. Now after that one, because we are talking of an amount which is in peso, you might as well highlight all the columns that pertains to an amount or that pertains to money matter, and then after that one, after highlighting, you go to uh, the number. Okay, you go to this number, then click this one. Okay, click diagonal arrow. Okay, and my then after clicking that one, the option, the format cell will appear. Now you go to the currency. Click currency because we are talking of money matters. And then we have in here the symbol. So our symbol is peso. Okay. Our symbol is peso. You click. Then after that one, you click OK. Now you will notice all these numbers which we are talking an amount will be presented in peso uh, peso currency. And so again, we are going to we are going to center it so that it will be a good one. Now after that one, assuming that that is the only thing, assuming that that is the only thing that you will be computing. Now you might as well remove the rows that you do not need by highlighting it and then go to delete. That one. Okay, that would be our basic table. I hope you learn somewhat basic of the creation of table in using the Microsoft Excel.